Ladies, if you're menopausal as fuck, it's fucking up your fat loss, you're at Whole Foods looking for the best protein bars, I got you covered. So menopause, estrogen, progesterone start going pretty close to zero, comes with that big cortisol dysfunction, slow metabolism, more insulin resistance, which is why it's so important for you to get at least, and this doesn't apply to you if you're not menopausal. If you're not menopausal, 0.6 to 1.1 grams per pound of body weight for protein is fine. At menopause, that doesn't work anymore. You're at 0.8 now to 1.1. So you really need to make sure, because you are becoming more catabolic, which means you're breaking down muscle faster than you're building it, you want to make sure you're getting enough protein for that. Now, menopause is also a little bit tricky because you are very hypersensitive to inflammation because of all the cortisol dysfunction, because that progesterone dropping so low. And also it's going to fuck with your serotonin, your dopamine. So your motivation to meal prep, your feel-good hormone, they're not going to be really there unless you're taking a lot of different steps to actually boost that up. So making sure that you're covering your bases with things that are easy, like some protein bars, that's fine. Just make sure you're following the 80-20 rule. So these are processed, obviously, but the cleaner, the better. So with menopause, if I was ranking the most important thing, I'm actually gonna just assume that you're tracking macros. And if you're not DMing macro tracking, I'll send you my free matrix, but you need to be doing that. So I'm assuming that you're tracking your macros. So the calories and the protein and the macronutrients in here aren't really going to matter as much as the inflammation, because I'm assuming that you're just going to hit your macros with no matter what foods you have. So I'm just going to assume that we need to focus on the inflammatory. So we're looking for low sugar, low ingredients, low processing. I would say number one, if you are menopausal as fuck, is going to be these RX bars, 190 calories, you got 12 grams of protein. But the biggest thing on this, you only have like 4 or 5 ingredients. You got dates, you got egg whites, you got almonds, cashews, strawberries, hyper anti-inflammatory ingredients. Really solid choice here. The other solid choice would be these Rise bars. These are 3 ingredients. You got 18 grams of protein, really solid. And you're looking at basically the ingredients here would only be almonds, honey, whey protein isolate, which is way better than concentrate. And that's literally it. So you have 3 ingredients. And whey protein is the most researched form of whey. If you have like a dairy allergy, something like that, it should still be fine as long as the source of the whey, which is milk, is coming from a really good quality source of cow. Now the third one I would say, and you've heard me talk about these, are these Nugo bars, the Slims. These ones, the 17 grams, the mint chocolate chip, 170 calories, 17 grams of protein, but very low sugar. You got gluten-free, minimal ingredients, and got a really good protein profile as well. And if you want my no prep Whole Foods meal plan, DM me no prep Whole Foods. I'll send it to you ASAP.